best figures by Zimbabwe in 25 years against India. Third Zimbabwean to take, and only the third Zimbabwean to take a 5-4 against India, and the first one to take a 5-4 to RI Sports Club. How's that sinking in for you?
Didn't know that until now, so yeah, that sounds pretty good, doesn't it? Yeah, very happy to have contributed, but didn't get over the line at the end of the day, so it's a bittersweet feeling.
Yes. All right, Brad. Of course, the bowling today, starting off, do you feel that maybe you could have restricted India just a little bit more, considering that you would have wanted to use some of the conditions that come here earlier on at our Sports Club?
But I mean, we've restricted them to 290, and we chased down 2 scores of over 300 against Bangladesh, so if I'm right there. I think we were pretty happy coming off the field. Again, our batting's let us down. We're not being able to set any partnerships, and partnerships win games cricket, so we can't really point fingers at the bowling at the moment, I don't think.
Yes, Brad.
Brad, obviously, you don't have enough time to look at Zimbabwe. Obviously, now you fly to Australia tomorrow, and the seeming wickets are going to be going to have a big say towards the series in Australia. What's your take in the Australian match?
Obviously, we know Australian wickets are more seamer friendly.
Yes.
They're going to sort of expose our depth of fast bowling. It's going to be a challenge because we're playing against some world-class players just like we have here, but I honestly think it's just the best thing for our cricket at the moment, to be able to play against these guys. I mean, you see how well we've done today, how far we pushed them, and that's just in 3 games against them. But yeah, I think we're just going to look to play our best cricket in whatever conditions are in front of us, we'll just play them.
Okay, Brad. Maybe what are some of the lessons that you've learned, especially from the Indian bowling and the depth, especially the use of the slow ball? And the second part of the question, also, does this game highlight how cruel sport can be?
Yeah, what we've learned from the Indians, or what I've learned personally, is that at this level you kind of have to be at your best on your toes the whole time, whether you're batting, bowling or fielding, because at any stage you're going to get a bad ball that you'll need to hit the 4, and if you don't, it puts more pressure on you. If you're in the field, to stop a quick single, take a catch, all those sort of things. In bowling, I mean, if you're off your money by half a foot, you get punished by these guys because they're that good. So what I've learned personally is that you just need to be your best all the time. And I felt like I bowled really well today, and I didn't sort of stray in line length too much, and I just had a simple plan and I just stuck to it.
Okay, I know you guys didn't manage to win at least a game against India, but what are some of the lessons that you learned along the way? Because, I mean, starting from the first game, you guys didn't manage to get a wicket, but today you got 5 wickets out of 8. Of course, it wasn't a win, but that on its own is a win. So, what are some of the lessons that you collected in the entire series?
Yeah, for me, again, like, I can only really speak personally because we haven't been able to sit down and discuss it as a team. But what I've learned is that although these guys are superstars, they are also human, and that even in the first game when we didn't get a wicket, I didn't get a wicket either, but I managed to beat the bat, and that was enough for me to say, okay, these guys are human. They don't middle the ball every single ball. I can still bowl a good ball at these guys, and that sort of gave me confidence for the next game, and I think I bowled better, and then obviously I bowled really well today. So it's just being able to realise that we actually are on par with these guys in terms of skill, but they kind of just tend to have more guys contributing from the team out of the 11. Probably look at match figures and the runs that they scored, there's probably 7 or 8 out of 11 guys contributing, whereas today we only had 3 or 4 on our side that sort of contributed. And we're working towards a team victory, and it shows how important cricket, being a team in cricket is. You know, it's an individual sport, but it's also a team sport. You know, 2 guys can't win you games all the time. So the day that everyone contributes is the day we'll start winning games, regardless of the opponents.
Teach them.
Brad, you said obviously getting a 5-5 and losing was bittersweet for you. maybe from a personal perspective and a team perspective, where's the confidence now as you guys leave for Australia tomorrow?
Well, geez, I think we've pushed a world-class side right until the end there. You never know. That game could have gone both ways very easily. So we've sort of walked off the field with our heads held high. There's one thing Zulu, Lance Klusner, said in the huddle this morning. He said, guys, at the end of the day, I want you all to be able to look at your teammates in the eye and say, I did my best for the team today. And you're going to have off days. And unfortunately, a few people did have off days today and they weren't able to put a team performance on the table. But I mean, if one or two guys just put their hands up there, we're winning that with 5 overs to spare.
And going into Australia?
Going into Australia, listen, we know it's going to be a challenge. They're a world-class side, they're preparing for a World Cup. So, yeah, we're just going to go there and do our best with our heads held high. And like I said, the individual confidence and understanding for me personally, knowing that these guys are superstars, but they are human as well. That's huge in confidence, and I can go take that to Australia and know that I'm not really bowling at Steve Smith or Marcus Stoinis or Glenn Maxwell. I'm just bowling at a right-hander or a left-hander, and I'm going to bowl my best ball for that situation.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry. Vimal Kumar from India. Just wanted to know your thoughts on the way Shubman Gill has batted throughout the series. Was he the biggest factor in deciding this series?
Yeah, for sure. And going into the series, I was a fan of him. That's why I've got his shirt, and now I'm playing against him. So that's really cool for me. Now, listen, he's a world-class player. Even from the first game, you could just tell. Like, for example, when he gets a single, he hits it hard exactly where he's aiming. And I mean, it's a skill and something he's obviously practiced over time and years. And I did just sometimes watch him in war and just go like, this guy is so good because he is that good. And it's the reason I'm a fan. I watched him on TV in the IPL and in Australia when they won that Test series, and to play against him was awesome.
So when he signed the T-shirt for you, what did he say? What kind of interaction you had? Can you just?
It was actually just quick. I was walking down here. He was cold. I gave him my shirt and he took this one off and ran upstairs. So it was quite quick. But I saw him in the morning and I asked him if we could change shirts, and which he agreed to. So he's a nice guy. He's a really nice guy. Yeah, and a very good cricketer.
Okay. Brad, the two names that you've joined on that record of taking a 5-wicket haul against India, Ed O'Brien and Lee Street, are really big names in Zimbabwe cricket. How does it feel for you to be in that kind of company?
Yeah, like kind of surreal. They were, well, they were my dad's good friends growing up, and therefore they were my friends because that's all I knew growing up, who my dad's friends were. So I knew them as people rather than cricketers back then. And as I've grown up, I've been able to learn about what they did on the cricket field for Zimbabwe back in the day. And yeah, to be put next to them was amazing. But yeah, there's a lot of work for me to do to get up to where they are.
Brad, going back 18 months, even a year ago, not many people speaking about your name association with the national team, probably thinking maybe you need another year of domestic cricket and stuff like that. How do you think this speaks about your journey? How do you feel about the journey being able to get here, taking a 5-wicket haul on there? And secondly, the fact that now within the team, you're coming in there and people are going to more than hold the bat and actually batting. How does it feel like being able to contribute to that?
Yeah, it's huge. And I think, is it Robin Matapa in the commentary box?
Yeah.
He pulled me aside and he said, why don't you bat off the order? And just that alone is huge for me and my confidence. Someone like that can say something like that to me about my batting. That gives me even more confidence. And I was pretty disappointed with the way I actually batted today. I think I started really well, but then I just lost my timing. And I think I was just losing shape, and I put Raza under a bit of pressure, and I think that's kind of where we ended up losing the game in the end. What was the second part of that question?
The fact that a year ago you were not even, didn't know many people to talk about you being close to the national team, and how does it feel like journey? What does it feel for you personally that you're here now taking?
It's fulfilling because there were murmurs, if I'm honest, about me being in the side a while back. Probably around about when the side went to Sri Lanka for that one-day series, people thought I should have been there because I'd been performing for franchise at the franchise level. And now to get here, me believing that I'm good enough to get here, and now performing here, that, yeah. I mean, sport's all about confidence, I think, and when you're confident, you're good. So I'm really confident now. I think I'm not looking back.
Last one. Any series against India is very high profile, and whoever does well gets attention from all the IPL franchisee owners. In that sense, your performance, 5-wicket haul and Sikandar Raza, and other players, how much that is also a motivation when you play against India?
Listen, I play cricket because I believe I can offer cricket as a whole something. I wouldn't be playing if I didn't believe I could win games for Zimbabwe, take my name outside of Zimbabwe into the T20 leagues and stuff like that. And I still don't think I've delivered my best performance yet. So being able to do something like this, knowing I've got more in the tank as well, is huge. And I want to take my cricket as far as possible. If that means IPL, then that's a dream I've had since it started, and that's something I've always wanted to do. So yeah, we'll just see, and we'll keep working hard and try and get there one day.
So think that you will get a call this time?
No, I don't think so. Not yet.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.